Hi, welcome back. I'm John.
And I'm Claire.
And today we're doing Unit 6, Emergency Middle Finger. Ooh, if you know anything about culture, the middle finger, of course, is the finger you try to insult people with. If you're a bit angry, or whatever the reason is, you decide to raise that finger, and it is a non-verbal insult.
Yes.
And this is what an emergency ambulance driver did to another driver in a tunnel for not pulling over. But we'll get into that detail a little bit more, maybe the circumstances around it, and maybe even why the driver was also a little bit confused about the situation. As automatically I pull over, just automatically I hear a siren and it's look around, where is it coming from? Very strict culture in the US of allowing emergency vehicles past. But for a few different reasons, I think Korea has less of that.
So you mentioned you'd pull over if you heard the ambulance, but have you ever been inside the ambulance?
No, because it's, we might talk about this a little bit later, but it's very expensive in the US.
Okay.
And a lot of people opt to drive themselves in an emergency, which is not the best, or get a friend or family member to drive them instead of the ambulance. It is very rare occasion where you will try to get it, or you will go for an ambulance. Or I guess if you have good insurance or something, then you can do it. But for a lot of people like me, ambulance would be the final option among many, including walking.
I see. Oh, gosh. Scary thoughts. All medical care is free, almost, in the UK. So I've been in an ambulance for myself when I had an accident, and I've been in an ambulance as a sort of passenger looking after a friend who got into a nasty situation, which was terrifying both times.
Yeah. Ambulance rides are not like a happy thing, unless it's a ride along where you get to just see what's happening. But in a real situation, no, there's no happiness behind that.
No, it's no fun.
Yeah.
You don't have time to enjoy the flashing lights and the funny tubes and the equipment. It's just terrifying.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's expensive here in not here, but it's expensive in my country. Free for you.
How about in Korea? Do you know?
I believe it's free as well.
I see.
I believe there's no payment, or very little, if any. Maybe insurance covers it. Maybe there's like a payment, but insurance covers it. So, but yeah, I heard that it's quite cheap or free.
I see.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
That's a relief. I will call the ambulance if I need one, and I won't worry too much about the cost here.
But you may have to worry about the length of time from the start of the ambulance ride to the hospital. But let's go ahead and figure out what that means as we dive deeper into this article and talk about the incident that just happened.
Emergency middle finger. A driver in the city of Namyangju was driving through a tunnel when he heard a siren. Not realizing that it was an ambulance, he didn't pull over. The ambulance managed to get past him anyway, and then the ambulance driver made an obscene gesture. Compared to the consequences in other countries, getting the finger isn't much of a punishment for ignoring an ambulance. But some people say that Korea has too many unnecessary sirens, so motorists often don't know how to respond when they hear one.